Hello out there, we're coming to you live tonight from the Music Box Theater in the Borgata Hotel in Atlantic City. This is one of my favorite places to play because I play here a lot, and there's nothing better than a group of folks who've lost money, who stumble in here. Even if they don't know me, there's a quality of bitterness they bring to the room that is really joyful in its own special way. Starting with Kenny, whatever happened to Donald Trump's $3 billion boner, the Taj Mahal? I believe that is now the Hard Rock, right? Yeah, yep, the Hard Rock Hotel. And all the contractors that were left with nothing but a bag of shit to feed their families. It's amazing this was not mentioned during the 2016 campaign. I mentioned it. I talked about it a fucking lot, and nobody listened to me because I still find it astonishing that people that voted for him talk about him being a good businessman. I find that unfucking-believable. Anybody who lives who lives in this fucking part of the world, really especially right here, knows just how hard he fisted basically the small business person. And it's not up for discussion. To watch him wander around and say, look what I've done for you. It's unbelievable to me. It's unfucking-believable to me. What he did here was wrong. He bankrupted 3 casinos. You'd almost have to have people with guns shooting gamblers trying to get in. I've been performing at the Borgata for years now, and it truly is, it's been a home to me, and I did a special out of here and called Old Yeller, and yep. And as you can tell by the 7 people who applauded, it's breaking records everywhere. The downloads are unbelievable. These 7 have downloaded it at least twice a piece, and we're looking for a tipping point at some point. If you've not been to Atlantic City, it's well worth coming here to see if you were going to have a spot that could have been rebuilt and be truly extraordinary, and how you don't do it. You're going to want to see urban planning at its the most psychotic level imaginable. At the point in time, and it's really worth coming to see if Revel's still standing, just to get down here, that after they'd built all of these casinos, and just as the thing Pennsylvania was opening up everywhere, Maryland was opening up casinos, all around them they were opening up casinos. But in the state of New Jersey, there was a magnificent, almost as if they were deaf, dumb, and fuck blind, didn't notice a thing, and said, hey, what we're really gonna do is build a big, big fuck casino, the bigger one. This is going to be the one that really brings everybody back. That'll be big because it's going to be a different casino? They pushed Revel as a casino that wouldn't emphasize gambling. That's why you come to Atlantic City. And so really get down here. The beach is beautiful. You've just got to come down here. If you've ever watched the show Atlantic City, it used to be like that. And you can walk around and go, holy fuck. And you can imagine it in your head, and it's well worth your time. Atlantic City has been pivotal in terms of my career as a comic because I've been lucky enough to be able to play here for years. And one of the places where I started out and really learned a lot was over at the Tropicana. They had a place that the Keparts ran, the Comedy Stop there. I'm always asked, the thing with your fingers, were you conscious of doing that thing? How did you develop that? And I didn't even know I was doing it. And I didn't. And I really was at the Comedy Stop, where one night I was coming up the elevator, people were going down, and this person was looking at me and doing my fingers. And I was with a friend, I said, what the fuck is that? And my friend said, that's what you do with your fingers. I said, I don't do that. And then from there on in, I became conscious of the fact that I was fucking standing there doing that shit with my fingers. Then it took like 6 months for me to forget that I had fingers. But from there, I've just watched Atlantic City kind of go through all of these changes and still remain exactly the fucking same. I've never seen, it's just amazing how much money could come into a place and not go anywhere.
fucking have no effect on the community. It's just beyond fucking belief. But it's great to be at the Borgata. I've been lucky enough to be able to play here for a number of years now, and we have a really great relationship with them, and I love playing here in the Music Box, and you guys are terrific to kind of come out.
You're living now under this you're completely bombarded every day with shit you should be afraid of. The place that you want to come is the Borgata. Because I guarantee, first off, it takes a rare type of person who wants to come to Atlantic City. Okay? They're stopping in Bethlehem. There's all sorts of casinos around an hour from their home. But some of those fuckers go, no, I'm going to the Borgata. And the reason why is because once you get inside here, nothing else exists. You wander around, people are fucking having the time of their lives. And even if they're not worried about terrorism. They're worried about their bank accounts. And that's a totally different thing. They're not worried about being blown up. They're just wondering what state they should move to where they won't be found. So it's tremendous. It's really well worth your time. And you don't even have to see Atlantic City. You don't want to leave here. There's 2 hotels. You can wander from lobby to lobby, to lobby to lobby. And I guarantee you'll feel completely safe. It's where you want to go. I'm going to bring out in a little while a friend of mine, Mark Lynn Baker, who is, you may know him from Perfect Strangers and a ton of Broadway shows. And Mark and I came down here when Atlantic City was really just had started, and we had been waiting for a long time to gamble. We really, because we hadn't been to Vegas yet, and now we could fucking get in a car. And Mark had just gotten some work and stuff, so he had some money and he could rent a car, and we fucking, and I had like $40, which back then was $275. And we came down here and we played for a while and played for a while and played for a while, and then we were down to practically nothing. And then Mark had this idea that we'd go to the roulette table. That we had nothing left. Was it the roulette table? Yes. Yeah, it was. And Mark said that we had to focus on the number, and the number would come up. And we did. And the number came up. And that was the point where we became delusional. So we figured this was the money that we were going to, now the ship was going to come in, and son of a bitch, we were going to make fucking money tonight. So we took that money and we played, and then we had like $20 left, which was enough to, I think, to get us home, and we could get some food on the way. And Mark, at this point, extolled the philosophy, which he still fucking has, I believe, because he's a little more delusional than I am. He said, you go away with a lot, or you go away with nothing. And which was an easy jump for me, because I had nothing. And we lost. We just got wiped out. So Mark said, it's okay, because we can go get the car. And we can get the fuck out of here. And he went to get the car, and then but he didn't realize that the free parking time had expired. Oh, yeah. Oh, of course it did. Mark, who's Yale educated, forgot how to read. So we end up, we owe $10. And we don't have the fucking $10. So he takes his credit card out, which he had a credit card that basically it's $170. If that was about all he could get, enough to get the fucking car. Now he takes it over to, I'll just get us some money off the credit card. It took fucking, it was 40 to get 20. 40 to get 20. Yeah. You know, it's unbelievable. And that was our first trip here. And what was amazing is that we said, fuck, we're gonna kill it when we get back. Yep, we came back as soon as we could. Son of a bitch. This time we took the bus and they gave us some quarters. It's always a pleasure to be among some of the most bitter people on the planet Earth.
If the week didn't make them bitter, the drive made them bitter. If the drive didn't make them bitter, the room they got makes them fucking irritated. The floor is a pain in the ass. Right now, every floor, because there was there was a heat wave that came through every floor. Here, if you're staying in the hotel, is if you're carrying any meat with you, you can leave it in the hallway. And it works excellently as a refrigerator, I found out. I've got all my cold cuts in front of my door.
If you're thinking of coming to Atlantic City, you're going to want to just come here. This is the place. I mean, you can go down to the boardwalk, but go with a lot of people. Because, I mean, when I started coming here, things were sketchy, and then they got just a little better, and then they got a little better, and then everybody got tired, and now it's really sketchy again. And but you're going to want to go down and see the Revel, which is a hotel that they built for no apparent reason. Moments away from when everything in Atlantic City was just going right in the shitter, they went, hey, let's build the biggest piece of shit imaginable right here on the boardwalk where nobody fucking never wants to come. No, but see, this is the place you want to come here. You're going to want to stay inside here. There's 8. Basically, you'll get to eat. There's 42 restaurants. You can eat here. You can eat vomit. It's phenomenal. Don't play in the afternoon. Apparently, I shouldn't have played this afternoon. It doesn't seem to be a peak time to fucking play. That seems to be when the machines load up to fucking pay out later. Maybe at 2 a.m, okay? When everybody goes night. I really love playing this room. And for those of you out there who are watching, you should know that my parents are here this evening. And then they had big applause earlier. You should know that. So that wasn't the applause they got for my parents being here, okay? Even though they went through the audience while I was doing my act and spare changed everyone. Because I know that they're going back to their machines, and with just a couple more dimes, there will be a brighter tomorrow for the black family. If you get a chance and you have the opportunity to go to Atlantic City, you might not. But if you're coming here, you're going to want to come to the Borgata, which is in a sense like a feudal barony in the midst of all of it. You can come here, you will be locked up, you will be able to gamble until you throw up, and and then you can go down and if you can get a posse of people, let's say about 20, and maybe if you're riding a horse, if you can get some horses, you might want to go on down to the boardwalk and ride through, because it's a little sketchy, and it shouldn't be. It used to be, but it's well worth going down to see, because there's a great deal of history down there, and a great deal of people who are seem to have risen from the dead. This is a place that my parents, on a big run at the Nickel Video Poker, have left here one weekend with $3. And I'm not fucking with you, and they couldn't have been happier. We started with $5. It's the only place you can come to and lose money. You can lose money and go, but you don't lose what you consider to be a lot of money. You lost less than what you thought you would do. And you go, fuck, it was really good. I won $30. I play a lot of video poker because I fucking am a lunatic. I mean, because it is just, it's fucking ridiculous. Like I feel like I'm participating. Like the machine goes, oh, good choice, you kept the kings, boy. We're gonna slap some nice cards on you now. So I won 30 fucking bucks, about 5 hours of work. What the fuck is the matter with me? And I was ecstatic. I was fucking ecstatic because I didn't piss away the last 30. Because that's what you do. You win 100, you go, fuck, I got 100. Got a goddamn $100. Now I'll show you. And then you start doing it, and then you go, fuck, I gotta walk away with something. Son of a bitch. I'll walk away with 30 bucks, which I don't even know what you can fucking, What, 2 Happy Meals?
So you're $30 up then for the weekend.
Hmm?
$30 ahead.
Yeah. Fucking A.
You didn't lose any before that?
No, I won that money back. I
Wow.
was down 200, and then I fucking won 230.
You didn't tell me that part.
Yeah, well, I know I know because he'd lost money, and because I didn't want to hurt your feelings.
Well, the only thing I actually witnessed was you losing 200. So
I know you did. Well, you only witnessed me losing 40. I like to do it in dribs and drabs. Yeah, that's why I'd be a bad blood donor.
Atlantic City is trying to make a comeback again. This is his 4,000th attempt at making a comeback. But the Borgata has really been kind of, at least for me and at least for many people, a kind of a linchpin in terms of it's a really nice place to come to. And it's got some really fine restaurants. It's got a wonderful spa. I get my hair cut there. It's excellent, everything about it. And I've won here. And after investing literally, as I've told them, here alone, my entire gambling debt is much larger, but here alone, I'd say enough to build one extra tower. But I've won twice here, so that means I'm only down I'm down enough money that Cuisinart is decided. I was just backstage. They're going to give me a slow roaster, and I'm very excited about that. It's not the slow roasting thing in a pot. It's just a roaster. I actually have to spin it myself. It's really slow. And I have a slight rotator cuff injury, so it'll take a long time. A lot of the people who are here this week, last night I talked about it, a lot of people were here to see, it's an interesting combination. They're here to see me and all of the products of Cuisinart. It's the most incredible mashup in the history of mashups. That one would think, fuck, we got Lewis Black, what should we get? What else would draw people when Lewis is here? And everyone went, Cuisinart. I've been coming to Atlantic City for 30 years. I used to perform initially at there was a place that's still there, the Comedy Stop at the Trop, and I stayed as you can tell, hundreds came to see me. The Comedy Stop at the Trop had what was one of a comedy condo, which means that every week a different comic would come in and stay at this condo, which meant it was horrifyingly filthy. It was filthy. It was filthy on a level you can't imagine because you couldn't really see the filth, you just felt it in the air. And it was at a place that I don't know if it's there, but it was, I always, it was at an apartment building called the Ritz. And my joke was the only apartment building named after the cracker.